So we're going to get this pan off here so we can kind of get the valve body off and look at the band adjustments before we just take it apart. So, well, it's really tight. It's way too tight. So I thought it would be really loose myself, but it's not. So we'll get in here and look and see if they got something else messed up. So somebody has played with them a little bit. So. Now we got your governor pressure sensor and solenoid here. This is the early design. The later design will be a black plastic one right here, and this one here stayed the same. So this does kind of look like an aftermarket one. It's got look like a little screw you can turn on it or something. Mm-hmm. It looks a little different than what we're used to. But it still has a factory manual valve in it. So this tranny here does not pump in park. It only pumps in gear and in neutral. So anytime you check the fluid on this, you definitely need to be in neutral. So we just had a customer bring his vehicle in for a service this morning, and he said it wouldn't ever check right, and I asked him if he was checking in park or neutral, and he said park. So this is the new manual valve here. It's an updated version that lets it pump in park. That way you can check your fluid that way. But when we build this tranny back, it'll get a new one of these where it pumps in park. So there's no fluid in the connector. You want to look for that every time on these because these are really bad about getting fluid in the connector and causing erratic shifting. So this little bracket right here too, bad about braking, causing no lockup. You always want to look at that. Your shift kits will always come with a new little metal bracket right here. So same way here, this plastic piece, we replace it on every one too because this will control all your backup lights and your park and start and park and neutral. So you always want to look at all that stuff. You want to accumulator, looks really good. It's just weird that band's so tight like that. That's somebody didn't know what they were doing there. Because these trannies have issues with, if you manually shift it, they have an issue with the bind up and going from manual low to second because this band, when you put it on, it comes on in manual low. When you shift it to second, this band's got to come off and this band comes on. Well, this band, if you get it too tight, it'll come on faster than this band can let go, so you get a little bit of a jerk to it. So that's why Chrysler always leaves this band really loose. You should be able to stick your finger under there. See, and you can't get your finger under there at all, it barely moves. See? So. Now, if you ever get one of these bands that break, they do make a quick band you can put in here without pulling the tranny out. And what you do is you come in here and cut this band off, pull this band out, and they have a band that will slide around there. And it has a little piece that hooks here that goes right back on there where you can put a band in it without even taking the tranny out. It's called a quick band.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to get my...
We don't ever put that thing in.
No, we've never. When I worked for another place, we probably did.
Right, I got you.
But nowadays, we don't patch nothing.
That is cool, though.
Mm-hmm. This is one nasty dude in the Bellhousing area, huh? But it's pretty nice. That way I can build something that ain't just destroyed.
Right.
That'd be really nice for once, because I don't get that very often.
No.
Or that's something nobody's been into. Everything we get nowadays something's been into it. Now this is just going to be, should be just your standard gas pump. And it is. I got a little bit of wear right there starting to feel it. You can see it, but you can actually feel it. So that'll have to be replaced on the pump stator. These are really good pumps. They usually don't ever go bad. You know, Crosser just made different variations of them because they had too small of a pumps to start, but pump looks really nice. Now we have had issues where people have torqued these down so tight that it lifts the thread up right here to where when you tighten the stator back down, it leaves a gap around here. So anytime we build these, we come in here and buff this off right here and here, because if it's ever been torqued too much, you lift that thread right there, and now when you tighten it back down, it don't go flush no more. So that's a must on these Crossers. Now this is an aftermarket band. It is a reline, it looks like. It's been glued on. This is not an OEM Dodge band. It's designed like it, but it physically is not.
Looks skimpy.
Mm-hmm. I'll go back with a 3-speed band. It's covered totally with material.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I did some funky stuff that do differences.
Now this is your high gear clutch here. Now we know it's been in too. Now I'm going to show you something. Now you've seen this for yourself right here.
Instantly.
Now, I don't know why they did this, unless one of these are metal, and they're not. So if you look at this, why didn't this guy take this clutch and put it in between here? And now he has a 4-clutch kit. Instead, he put the clutch like that, and now he's got a 3-clutch. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Look at that.
Wow.
It goes there. Steel clutch, steel clutch, steel clutch, steel clutch, all the way to the top.
That's funny.
I mean, it's amazing what you see nowadays that we take this stuff apart. That's why it's so enjoyable to take this stuff apart, to see how bad people can mess stuff up. It's like, okay, guys. That was simple. You just weakened your tranny just because you put it together wrong.
Yeah.
In the clutch area. That was amazing. Now this is your forward clutch here. If you notice here, you get a little bit of play on this right here. See that right there? That is normal. Now if it gets too more excessive than that, you need to change this plate. But that is normal. Now, they do make different versions of this right here. On my other video, I showed y'all that. And they do make a metal one here instead of a plastic. The plastic does work fine. You don't have to have a metal, but if you got it, put it in there. Now, this is your forward clutch. He did get everything there right. Not burn up, but it's getting close. So. That's crazy they didn't. It's like this tranny's been taken apart by the dealer and patched back by the dealer, not by an individual shop or anything like that. Just the way that things have been put back together, because this is like a GM or a Dodge setup right here from the factory, where we'd have the rings would be the same on each here. See, and Dodge did do the separate like that. So it kind of looks like to me it's probably had a recall, or the tranny went back to the Dodge dealer under warranty, and they did some work to it. Kind of what it looks like. Now this washer here is Selective too. They make different thicknesses here, 2 other different thicknesses. This washer here is Selective. This washer here is Selective. This washer here is Selective. Or this shim. So there's so many places to set the clearances on this tranny. That's why it's not something you do at home. You let a professional do this one because it will come and get you. Now we're going to take this aluminum planet out. Now if this was a diesel, it would have a steel planet. Being that it's a gas, it doesn't make a lot of torque. It has an aluminum planet in it. Now you can upgrade it to a steel if you want to build a race car or something, make a heavy tow vehicle or something. You can upgrade it to steel. You can upgrade it to a 5-pinion, 6-pinion, stuff like that too. So it'll come with bigger washers here instead of this little bitty washer. Same one here. Now on the back here, you can also upgrade this. This has just got a 3-pinion. Now we're going to upgrade this no matter what. We're going to go back at least with a 4-pinion just to help it out because these do break. That's about the weakest looking thing I've ever seen. So, main thing here, look at this washer. If it's got wear, you can always flip it over. Now you got a brand new side. Put it back in. It does not spin. It locks into the house, into the spline. So.
And then the planet runs around it.
And now the planet runs on it. So now you got a brand new washer there. You don't even have to change out. So. Now you definitely want to look in here for any type of wear here and on your sprag race here for any chatter marks. Now you can already see with the band, reverse band's been rubbing here, but believe it or not, you can't feel none of that. That's just like stain. You can't feel none of that. So we can probably clean that up, put a good cleaning on it, put that back in. Now we get over here to our reverse band, and there's nothing left. There's no lining on it. Now it's not been metal to metal yet on the tips. That's why you don't see any grooving so much in the drum. It's just slipped on the material. But it is totally gone. There's no material left on the band at all. So, a few minor upgrades, stuff like that. Get this thing back to where it needs to be and a lot better. So, we'll get her back together with all new parts and clutches and bands and stuff like that. So if y'all need anything, give us a holler at Precision Transmissions. Y'all have a great day.